Alexander the GOAT.
Honestly, man, like, and I honestly, if somebody else offered me something, he's like, he pays me $100 a month, and he's offering to pay like for my shows and shit. So like,
That's cool.
I'd feel terrible, honestly, just terrible if I left. And he sends me free shit every time I ask.
But it's all about what, you know, like.
That's kind of like with Jermaine too. Like if you notice, Jermaine has a huge following, but he's with Jim Molly, which is a very like small like supplement company, but they take care of him like so
Very
well.
Yeah.
Like he's out in LA and they pay for like everything from what I've heard. Shout out Jermaine. He's probably not watching, but he went to CCU, and I think he was telling Luke. We were just talking about Luke. He was telling Luke this shit, and I think it's because they're like a smaller company. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might not be making a lot of sales and shit or whatever, but they're still, like, taking care of him because...
But think about, like, how Young LA started. I remember when they just started out, John Skywalker was, like, one of the only people that would rip his shit, bro. Their shit was, like $30 a pop. Almost everything was, like, $25-$30 a pop when it first came out, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And people that ride with them, bro, like, look at them now. You know
It's like a loyalty thing. You know?
And this dude promotes his like, dude, he markets his stuff so consistently and just to a point where you can't really.
Who? The owner?
Performance subs.
Oh,
yeah.
Performance subs.
It's so, again, it's like, I'd hate to say like I'm trying to ride the wave, but like I'm helping the wave get bigger because I have a following. You know, It's a smaller company, and like he's taking care of me very well, bro.
Yeah.
Like no other company that's ever offered anything other than a code, and he's paying for my shit, paying me $100 a month, and fucking
just
offered to do the T-shirt thing.
Yeah,
so, you know what I mean. So
I think it's a very big like belief thing as well. Like there's certain people that like I would bring on like chicken or rice because I like believe in them. They're not the biggest right now, but there's a couple of people I've been looking at that like fuck with me. They're smaller, but it's like when I see the potential, like I'm gonna want to put like that's like an investment. Basically,
it's like hopping on like when a rapper puts on like fucking Young Thug put on Gunna.
Yeah.
Like when Gunna was first doing like mixtapes and stuff, bro, like people are probably like, who's this guy? Now it's like people are like, I'm trying to rap with Gunna. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I mean, it is a big belief thing though, but like it takes quality people to believe in it takes a quality owner and then like quality athletes who also believe in that company to like create.
You all come up together. You all fucking ride the ship together to the moon, right? So it's kind of like it's a team effort.
I think especially if the top dog, like also like for me, like I do social media, so like I have chicken or rice. So when I'm looking for athletes and shit, like I know exactly what is gonna do well on like TikTok, Instagram, and all that shit. So it's like I have that knowledge of this person could easily blow up, and if they do, I'd rather have them now and then we grow together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because like right now, obviously not the big dogs that have already done well aren't going to join like a smaller brand, you know? And if they did, they'd get a lot more like free shit, you know, more money and shit. But it's like the smaller people are the only ones that are interested in like smaller brands usually.
No, that's very true. But also it's like, it's almost like when you start a brand like that, it's almost like a team sport. Like with the team wins, everybody wins. So like if you get somebody that isn't blowing up now, but they blow up in the future, bro, like your company kind of blows up with that person. You know what I mean? Because if they actually catch a serious like wave and become like a trending like content creator, then they push your content once. Like look at how people went from jacked factory stuff to like raw stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, I'm not even trying to be like that, but you got to think about how many people, like, when Chris Bumstead left Jacked Factory, probably just stopped using their supplements.
Yeah.
And immediately went to go get, like, Thavage pre-workout. You know what I mean? And not even with, like, even thinking about it, like, oh, it's like how people are more into players now than actual teams.
Yeah.
People like LeBron James, so they like whatever team LeBron James is on. You know what I mean? People don't even really stay true. People do stay true to brands, but most people stay true to the content creator.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's different creators that have like hopped brands like multiple times. Shout out Jay Lane. He just hopped like 3 different clothing brands in like a couple months. And like the people that really fuck with him are gonna use his code on whatever fucking brand that he's with. because they fuck with him, not necessarily the brand. I mean, all the brands are solid. He's with Young LA
Who's he with now? I thought it wasn't
LA.
he was with Alpha Elite before Young LA, right?
He was with Anaka, then Alpha Elite, then Young LA.
But he had to lose Anaka because they came out with the pre, and because he's with Rise, so it's kind of like conflicting scenario.
Yeah,
I honestly think he'd still be with Anaka
if they didn't have the pre.
Yeah,
I feel like he fit in Anaka so well.
Oh yeah, his
For
swag
sure.
is kind of like the same clothing like that, and like it's just like he started with them too.
Yeah, and
right?
he's real as fuck, so he still wears the Anaka shit all the time. Like I see him wearing it all the time. But yeah, we are glassed. We all got glasses on. Glassed up. Is that a term for this pod today?
That means something else.
Glassed
Does
up.
it really?
Kind of. I think it's like referring to like being high, glassy.
Glassed up.
You know,
I'm glassed up.
I got the glasses.
You're really
on.
glassed up.
I gave them all glasses for the pod today because it's a vibe. It's a little bright in here.
I got the
Not
Dawn
really.
glasses because
The Dom glasses.
Dawn.
The Dom.
Dawn.
You ever watch
Yeah.
Godfather?
I thought you meant like Dom, like Dahmer.
No, like
type
Dawn.
shit.
Like that's not even funny.
That's not funny.
He's got the glasses though.
We
That's
can't
not the
make
same.
fun of that. I don't know, Lero. Feel like it's fucked up to be making fun of that whole scenario
We're
because
not
he
making
ate
fun of it.
people.
Well, fuck that guy. We're saying fuck him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like we're like glorifying him,
Yeah,
bro.
we're not. You can go fuck himself.
Yeah, we're about to do.
What a weirdo.
Sorry.
That fucking one sound. It's like they should have given you life, Dahmer. He's like, I asked for that. They gave me 600 years instead.
Dude, I tried to watch it. I didn't really fuck
No,
with it.
dude,
No,
It's really
fucked up.
weird.
There's too much really grotesque.
Shit.
Like,
It's too real.
no, it's
People
not,
can't-
dude. It's like I can handle gay sex scenes, bro. I watch Game of Thrones. There's more gay sex scenes than straight sex scenes in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. This shit is like, this makes me like I'm very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best
Like
way to
I was
describe
like,
it.
yeah, I was like, okay, this is like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how I felt.
Yeah. And I tried,
Wow.
bro. I got 22 minutes into the first episode and I was like, honestly, like I can't do this.
Yeah.
And it's a choice to turn it on. So it's like, yeah, you can turn it off. Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
But
And it seemed like a good show the way
it's just a
it's hyped up.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. When I was editing the last pod, I was chewing gum like the first like 3 minutes, and I could hear it on the
Oh,
fucking
take it
audio. I would take it up. I put mine right here. Just throw it on the fucking table.
Just
I
put it
don't
behind
care.
your ear, like.
I can't do that. That
But-
bothers me, bro.
Yeah, but like,
And he's really
put it
big
on
on
the
that
table?
too. He hates hearing that. If I'm chewing gum, he's like, "Motherfucker, spit it out," and he gets mad at me. And I agree with him because I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I just don't know. You don't notice that you're doing it.
well, like I wasn't even chewing that loud, but these mics,
No,
like,
they
if
pick
I'm
it up.
right, if I'm right there, it picks it up for sure.
Oh,
But
thank you for saying that because I hate that noise. Somebody's gonna 10 people would comment like, bro,
Fucking had to mute the
annoying
podcast for the
fucking
first
piece of
3
shit,
minutes.
dude. Yeah, like, fuck.
did you have any like good topics? I
Yeah.
can go through some.
Yeah, I did.
We're just gonna go through a bunch of questions and topics that I got on Instagram today. Me and Ali Star.
So I think it helps the people. Somebody asked for another mental health segment, so
Okay.
we should probably do that because it's a good topic if we have time. Because I feel like that takes up a lot of time.
I
We can talk about that first then.
And then I think what we should do is, this is actually a really interesting question and specific. How to decide if you're ready for a national show and what kind of advice to avoid on Instagram, like
To avoid shit?
fitness stuff. Wise.
Okay. Well, I think we should talk
We
about
gotta talk
mental.
Stuff to avoid on social media.
we can
'cause
we can talk.
Instagram is social
That one's
media.
short. We can hit that on the head right away.
What, the social media one?
Yeah, social media one.
I don't
What
want
not
to decide.
to do?
I'll just
Yeah, what
Oh.
to avoid, like in terms of what you see when you first get on social media looking for fitness stuff.
Trying to be somebody else. 100%.
Well, that
That's
mean-
where it starts. I would say
Or
that's
like-
the biggest
Well, they
thing.
talking about movements. I think
They're talking like fitness, like
Yeah.
like training. Yeah,
Oh,
training or diet,
I'm
like-
bugging. I thought you were talking about like social media.
I think it's watch out for
Keto.
the people. Well, yeah, but watch out for people that are trying to reinvent the wheel because like they're trying to sound different. Because if you're trying to sound different, chances are it's probably wrong. Probably because a lot of people say the same things just in different ways, and that's the
the V-shred guy.
the V-shred guy.
He basically just talks about calorie deficit,
but
he-
in his own way. But
but
it's
he
also
makes it
wrong,
so
though.
like he tries to make it seem so appealing in the way he does it. Again, he's like, "What am I gonna eat to lose weight? do you think it's gonna be
Here's
this
your-
carrot cake or
salad.
This salad.
Yeah.
You might think I'm gonna eat this salad, but I'm actually gonna eat this carrot cake.
People have already torn them apart and stuff like that, and it's also just like it's a marketing tactic at that point. But it's talking about like as far as like his advice on social media. Like I tore apart that one lady on TikTok who's a nutritionist who was just saying some bullshit, and I was like, where are your claims? Like, why are you saying something that's so like you're clearly been in the business for longer than I have, but why are you saying something that's so like something's bad for you without any context of anything?
I
just
think-
because you say it, right?
Yeah, I think if
So-
it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
and do your
most
research
of
and
the
that,
time.
and if it sounds intriguing, I think you should look into it and see what other people are saying. And if you value someone's opinion and they kind of like someone like perfect example is BioLane. You know,
He's cool, dude.
Yeah, I like
he's
him a
very
lot.
smart, educated, or Andrew Huberman. Like, if those people kind of like say the complete opposite of whatever that person's saying, that person is probably wrong. Most likely, because these guys have been doing it for longer and they have more research behind it, and
Well,
they can prove it wrong by research, right?
Again, like I think the animal diet's a good thing, but perfect examples like the carnivore MD guy will be like, if you do this, it will cure all of anything bad that could ever happen to you, like disease wise, and it's like,
Where are you
No.
learning that from?
Yeah.
it's like
That's too broad.
period,
Right.
No period.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. I watched the pod with Liver King and Bradley Martin, and my respect for Liver King
Went up.
went so fucking high. Like I just because you see his content all the time, and it's like such like
I will say he's got
outlandish
balls,
shit.
bro, for
Smart,
doing
dude.
some of the stuff he does where he's walking through like grocery stores on a horse, or he's like walking through this one place on a horse. He's on a horse. The dude was like, you can't be in here. He's like, oh no, I'm Liver King.
I mean, the motherfucker eats balls, so like, yeah,
That's
he's got
what's up.
balls.
No, but like his whole like message and like why he does what he does was he like started talking about that shit, and it's like I'd rather have him spreading the shit that he spreads than someone spreading some bullshit of like laziness. Because if you know,
Yeah.
like his whole message is
Pick-
to fucking like eat well, train,
His
It's a
9
good
tenants.
point.
whether he's
Yeah.
like natty or not or whatever. It's like his message is all positive.
Yeah.
It's no like negative shit really. And it's much better to have that message, even if it's like unrealistic, than have like a negative message and like all this promotion of like the fucking laziness, 9 to 5, whatever.
Well, I
Fuck
think
that.
Ninja being like one of the like biggest icons when Fortnite came out was one of the worst fucking things that could have ever happened for young kids.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be rude to then like Ninja or any streamer out there,
Yeah.
but I went through a phase in middle school when MW like Modern Warfare 2 came out where I played video games for like 5 weeks straight. Xbox Live like just got real popular, so like everybody has it now. And like Modern Warfare 2 just came out, everybody's playing Xbox, and like I like that 4 weeks all I wanted to do was be a streamer, right? It's the most fucking deadbeat 4 weeks of my entire life,
Yeah.
I think. I did nothing but sit in my room and play Xbox till like 3 a.m. with my friends. And that type of lifestyle for like a young developing kid, you gotta think about how unhealthy that is. Oh my god.
It's not healthy for anyone, no matter if you're like young or old. Like, you shouldn't be sitting for 8 hours a day in front of a
Longer.
computer screen. Yeah, I know, longer, just to try to get a bag. Like, good for them to get in the bag and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like
He has serious health issues.
he does have, and they don't bring it up, and it comes down to like. You can just see it could be a personality.
He looks
thing
like he's
too.
dying.
Maybe he doesn't look that good, and he's not that healthy. And if you look, there's a lot of which I kind of like in, and we're kind of getting on a tangent with like the streamers, but there's other streamers that are like talking, like Nick Merckx. Have you ever heard of Nick Merckx? He's a gamer. He's competitive. He had a competitive past, but he also does like live streams of him working out, and he sends out free programming to, hey, do this,
It's
get
like
better
Tfue.
with me. Tfue does the same thing. So like they're kind of looking at the other spectrum, because I think like they realize their health is deteriorating, and they're like, oh fuck, I have an audience of 40,000 people or kids. I should be a little bit better than that, right?
Dude,
and that's
like,
good.
I would hate if, honestly, I hate to say it, I would hate if my kid was like, I want to be Ninja. I'd be like, please don't.
Please don't.
I mean, I feel like
I'd rather you bench 225.
I bet.
Yeah, I feel
Liver
like we
King.
all went through that phase though. Like
No,
as
like-
kids, like I did the same thing for like my entire like probably middle school to like high school.
All I did was game for that, like, that entire summer, basically.
Mhm.
4 to 5 weeks, bro. It
I
was
never
bad.
got into the like the streaming shit. But
Well,
like
dude, streaming wasn't like, dude, YouTube was just like streaming was a thing. So when I say I would fucking set up my laptop and record on iMovie, because you had to have a capture card back then.
Yeah, I bought an Elgato. I remember.
Nuh-uh,
I
bro.
swear I did, but I never even knew how to use it. I don't think I ever used it.
It was complicated back then,
Yeah,
bro.
it was tough.
No, it was real hard because I remember trying to get into it like White Boy 7th Street, bro. I used to watch him play Call of Duty. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be the next White Boy 7th Street. And like, I hate to say it, but like, I'm glad I never got so into it where I actually pursued video games as a career because like, damn. It's pretty unhealthy. Like,
But like the route you would go would be completely different.
oh, dude, yeah.
Because it's like it's priorities at that point. Because if you're making a lot of money and your entire living is off of, video games and like playing games all day, you're gonna do that most of the day. You're not gonna want to train because that's not making you money. You know what I'm saying? But you can't make no more money if you're fucking dead. You gotta take care of your health first. Health is number one always. Then money. Then we get to the bag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Nip it in the butt. Stay away from fancy shit on training stuff and stay away from stuff that's too good to be true with nutrition.
Good.
Yeah, how do we get to fucking ninja after that one?
All right,
Holy
so
Ben, you want to do one or you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
We could do one. Okay. Skinny fat, cut or bulk first. I wanted to talk about this one.
Ooh,
What do you mean
that's
skinny fat?
Skinny fat, like a kid.
Oh, like you?
Like you.
I would. No, like God dang.
I thought you were saying that to Ben.
No, like
Ben thought you said it to me.
No, you're not bigger, but like
No, like skinny fat would be like you don't have visible abs,
but you have body fat.
but you're skinny and you're probably like 20% body fat.
You look good in
skinny,
clothes,
no
right?
muscle.
Yeah.
Don't like to take your shirt off at the beach.
There you go.
There you
Perfect.
go.
There you go.
Yeah, so I would probably say body recomp.
But more specifically then, because like that no one knows what that is.
I would prioritize building muscle and burning fat at the same time, eating around maintenance and trying to build a serious base, because if you cut, you're not going to really, dude, you're going
to feel like shit, probably.
Especially if you put somebody in too far of a deficit at the beginning, they're already like, don't have a foundation of like eating, right?
Right.
So I would start them like around maintenance,
Yep.
minor deficit or like right at maintenance.
Depending on how much
Do
body
like some
fat.
body recomp. And then once they get to a nice frame of physique, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, where do you want to go?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you want to get like aesthetic and be like fucking skinny beach boy with abs, or do you want to like fucking kind of look like an action figure? And like the way I describe it on calls is I'm like, okay, if you don't want to bodybuild, are you looking for like more of like an action figure type physique where you're a little bit bigger, right? That's what your end goal is. Or do you want like a beach body physique where you take your shirt off and you're not too big, but people are like, oh shit,
He's fit.
this guy's fit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the two ways I describe it. At what point where you get to a point where you've built a foundation and you can go from one or to the other, that's where you make that decision.
Yeah,
right?
I take my clients through like the same thing as like what you said, but like focus more on like healthy choices, healthy habits, like healthy routine, like understanding like different food, like what foods are good for you, what works for you, right? Like building a whole balance, because the only reason why you're skinny fat is because you're probably not eating enough, or you're eating too much of this shit, or not eating enough of that shit, and your sleep's probably fucked. Like you're just getting into exercise, so you got to figure that shit out. I think it's just getting healthy first, building that base of health, because you have to be healthy in order to move a direction. If you're unhealthy, you can't really move any direction. You have to get healthy, and like you have to get your standards up higher, right? Get to a standard of health, and then you can pick, okay, cut, bulk, stay the same, whatever that is, and then that's where you can go, right? So go up to a standard. Bring your standards up, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely want to have someone like push calories when they're already like 20% body fat with like no muscle.
Well, you just get fat.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you're just starting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to make fucking gains at first.
Yeah.
Like you're going to build so much size.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, you can.
If you're lucky.
If you got the
If you
genetics.
got the genetics.
But like most people who start training are going to grow somewhat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. If they're
Yeah.
training right too, sleeping. There's so many components involved in that. Like that's why it's just like bring your standards up.
Yeah,
There
like,
has to be a
I
standard.
when I first started lifting, I flipped a switch when I was like 16. I started eating like things that I thought were like healthy. It probably wasn't like the best food. Like I was having my favorite shit was like chicken Caesar wraps.
Still better choice than what you're eating, right?
Yeah, all my choices were like solid, but they
Yeah.
still weren't like probably as optimal as my shit is now.
When you're that age, I feel like you just gotta eat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
I wasn't tracking shit. You know
I
what I'm
wish
saying?
somebody, dude. My problem when I was young, I wish somebody would have just looked at me, because I was always even before I got into partying, like when I was in a sports and shit, I was always the quick small kid, and like I was like my problem was eating, bro.
Yeah.
I think still to this day, you guys can tell my problem is eating because I'm a little fucking bitch. Can't get my food down. You know what I mean? But fucking, I wish somebody would just looked at me in the fucking face and been like, "Hey man, just fucking eat."
Something, right? Just to help you out.
Eat, bro. Eat.
Yeah,
At that age, eat. If you like it, and it's like whole food, like not like gummy worms or some shit. Eat.
Yeah. Well, what I was getting at is like at 16, I was skinny fat. So, like I can speak from like experience on this shit. At 16, I also went through like
I would have
puberty.
thought you'd have been like skinny boy
Never
with
seen
abs
his
type
old-
shit. Like
Nah,
me.
bro. I
Never
never
seen his
had
old
I never
pictures and
had
stuff?
visible abs whatsoever. Like when I first started.
Damn, I would have pictured you being on my end of the spectrum. I'm interested. I'm invested now. Let's hear this.
Yeah. So like I was 16. I had like no visible abs. I had like a chubbier face. Probably like I said, close to like 20%. So I had like no definition, and I just had like zero muscle. Right. So like I said, at 16, I flipped the switch out of nowhere. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start eating right because like. I would we were in high school, so I would fuck around. It'd be like with the weekend, I would go out, stay up like late as fuck. We're out fucking Wawa getting milkshakes at like 3 a.m. and shit. Like my diet was awful.
Wawa's awesome, Alistair, if you've never been to
I
Wawa.
wish
Oh my
we had
God.
that.
Wawa is
No, I wish we had that down here.
Wawa's great.
I fucking love it.
All the gas stations, bro. Isn't there a couple?
This is Wawa, and then you have
Sheets. There's Sheets
that
too.
she's good. There's another one. I forget, but
Oh, the Royal Farms.
That's
That-
the one I went to.
That
Yeah.
shit's fire
I
too.
don't think I had that around me.
That
That's
shit's
the one I went
bougie.
to. It's in Delaware.
It's in no, I think it's
It's
There's
well,
one
they
in
have it in
Jersey,
Delaware too.
Yeah,
They have it
yeah.
in Delaware.
We have Quick Check by us. It's pretty good.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so like skinny fat, and then I flipped the switch. Like I said, I started eating better. Didn't track anything. Was just eating a lot, and then I would just eat like healthy shit. And then I started training. Training probably wasn't optimal either. It wasn't literally like tracking that, but it was definitely like making progress. Like all my lifts were going up. I could like tell I was getting visually bigger. But the main thing I noticed, I went from like 135 pounds to like 155 in like a
Damn.
year. So I gained like 20 pounds. I was probably also going through puberty because I was a little late to puberty. So it was probably like 15, 16 when I was going through that shit. I put on like 20 pounds in a year and got leaner. So I had abs. I had
Yeah.
like more definition everywhere. And that was like prime example of like I didn't really bulk. I was eating like till satiation because like that's
Makes
what
sense.
I was eating on a daily basis. But it was all healthy shit. But it was just eating the satiation and then training and fucking
Yeah, you're just
Eating, training,
you were
eating.
figuring it out, and you were doing all like the right, maybe not the perfect things, but you were like you were getting more motivated to do the next right thing, and then the next right thing. Which now, like, look at you today, where it's like now you're completely optimized. You're really like you don't really have to do too much research other than like maybe minimal about like nutrition, minimal about training, because there's so many outlets, and that's the biggest thing. It's like there's so much info out there.
how
If you have the interest,
That's how I
you can
started,
find
but
it.
just reverse with bulking. I
Yeah.
basically did the same shit, and then I finally was like, oh, I just did
point
the
it
same.
towards you. Yeah.
I just did the same shit with bulking. I just did it in reverse.
yeah.
Like filled it out at first. I would eat till I was. I wouldn't want to say full, right? I would eat until I was like, oh fuck, you know, like to what felt like I could not eat anymore.
Okay.
And then I kind of got like a reality check when I got my first meal plan from Kevin. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I thought I was full. Damn.
But were you filling yourself up with like the wrong foods maybe?
It was like I was watching Rich Piana, so I was
You're just
I was
saying
eating like
chicken
10
and rice
eggs
and-
for
yeah.
breakfast. Literally like
Shit.
10 to 12 eggs.
Fucking
That
all
used
that
to that's
fat.
used to be what I would do, bro. I'd wake up and crack like 10 eggs, and I'd watch Rich Piana eat like fucking like 15 ounces of egg whites. He'd be like, "Good fucking morning. We're eating eggs this morning." And I'd be like, "Good fucking morning. We're eating eggs this morning." Like sitting in my parents' house watching it. My dad
That's
would walk
funny.
in and just shake his head watching me eat this shit. I'd be eating it because dude, Rich Piana looks like a fucking
Well-
fucking dude, like giant
Yeah.
on a YouTube screen. As he walks in and his son's up at 7:30 in the morning, 4 bites of eggs. I'm like, like fucking good fucking morning.
The crazy looking guy with the deep blue eyes. He's scary looking.
My dad goes, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy?"
That's funny.
This dude was on my TikTok live last night, and I randomly was like, I showed like 4 of my Gila mixes. I was like, yo, who needs a Gila mix? I got them. And then everybody started spamming up in the chat like, "Give me one, please, please." And this one kid, he's like, "I need one." And I'm like, "Yo, if you buy a chicken and rice hoodie right now, I'll throw one in for you." And then Helomix just randomly joins out of nowhere, like just like the most fucking perfect timing, joins the live, and it's like, "Yo, if you order one right now, I will send you a Helomix." And then he goes, the kid sent Helomix the screenshot of like his order and shit, and then they go, "You do it within 5 minutes," because like the deal was like if you do it within 5 minutes, like order the chicken and rice shit. And he goes, he sends me the screenshot of this kid, and what he said back, he said, "I'm gonna do it," as in like he's gonna send it to him, "but I'm just gonna play with him for a minute." Do you ever see them in like comment sections and shit? Like they'll be in like random comment sections on like people's videos and saying the funniest shit. I love it.
No, I'm
fucking
bad
awesome.
about it. I be on TikTok like that, but I don't be watching people's comments. Should probably pay closer attention.
Well, you know, I mean,
You're
it's
pretty good.
probably
You're
good that
okay with the comments. You respond to them at least.
dude.
No,
I watched
will pay
the.
attention to my comments. It's like comments on other videos.
Yeah, it's a lot to I mean, there's so
But,
much at the time. All right, next question.
I watched a video this morning about like dopamine, like a dopamine detox type of like tutorial video and shit. And they said like fucking, I mean, he gave like a baseline of like what you could do for like 7 days to like reset your fucking brain chemistry, like for your dopamine detox type shit. And it's like he's an hour total screen time on your phone for 7 days straight. You think you could do that?
An hour a day or
only
total?
only an hour a day of screen time for 7 days
So
straight.
7 hours.
purely
total.
off of work. I could not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
Like I'm on my computer all day to edit, to do schoolwork and shit.
Yeah, it takes me. It takes
Society
me 20.
will not allow me to do that now.
Right,
Yeah, it's crazy.
but you can plan for that. You can be ahead on your shit one day, grind it out, and this way you can do a detox. But then at the same time, what does that
Then
do
I'm
for you?
overloading 1 week
Right.
to detox 1 week.
So
to
then you're-
overload again.
you're
to
in the shitter.
detox.
yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
Fucking.
That's why they hire people.
Which one would you rather do? You want to talk about? What do we think for
You talking about mental?
the Olympia, or how to decide if you're ready for a national show?
Then I don't know.
I feel like for the national show one, it would just be like I'd have to fucking look at your physique, and I can't look at your physique right now.
That's a really loaded question because it depends on who's going to your show.
Yeah, you can't show who pulls up.
Oh, that's a very
can't-
good.
It's a very,
Yeah.
very, very, very loaded question.
No.
Who's going to your show? Are you doing a national show in Charleston, South Carolina, where there's some good-looking people? Or are you doing a national show in Florida, in Miami, like Miami Nationals, where there's like everybody looks like they should be pro? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Or are you doing like Vegas Nationals, where
Where it's just
everybody looks
like
like they should be pro?
that 1.01%.
So bigger states like Florida, Vegas, like Texas, Florida, Vegas, Texas, New York pro, like all those pro shows.
Yeah,
New York pro, Texas pro,
Tampa Pro.
yeah, Miami pro,
Highly populated
Miami
areas.
Nationals, all those shows. The big ones, that's like, how are you ready? You could be ready and still not get it.
would you say your coach should actually give that opinion? Like if you have a coach, your coach would be like, nah, like because
That's so loaded, dude. Because again, at the end of the day, that comes down to how you peak, bro.
true.
And if you like, that's like Russian roulette type shit, bro. Shit, bro. You could just be stressed for whatever fucking reason. You could not get a good night's sleep. You could just have bad digestion
Yeah,
the night before, like brothers. So you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's like, how do you know if you're ready beforehand?
You look at the people that do the fucking show.
compare yourself
that-
to them.
even
Yeah,
like
that. But
people
I would
that have won nationals.
I would say base if you haven't won a fucking regional show.
That's You start at the bottom and work your way up.
Like
kinda
what's
thing.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
come on,
that makes sense.
Win an overall in a regional show.
Do
Just
a-
my opinion.
do a
You have to
local.
qualify for nationals anyways, so like you have to win it overall in a regional show.
Right.
Be realistic about the regional show you won. If I win fucking regionals in Myrtle Beach, is that like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm being very real as that, like winning regionals in Charleston. It's really not. There's like
Yeah.
people travel to Charleston to do their shows. People travel to Charlotte to do their shows. Charlotte's even more of a loaded area.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
So you know, so that's a loaded question.
It's also tough with bodybuilding too, because it's like it takes a long time to kind of develop, right? to build yourself up, and then you have to cut. Like, you can't do that all the time. Like, you have to it's very calculated too. You know, you have to be doing all the right things all the time. Be sure.
Judging changes too.
And-
What they wanted for a pro 10 years ago is different than what they want for a pro.
There's
now.
so many variables that are in your control, but also out of your control too, and that's tough. And it's
Depends on the class too.
yeah,
Men's physique, classic or open.
especially if you're a bigger weight class. Like if you're you're going for like
Open, bro. If you're not fucking
Yeah.
if you're not 300 fucking basically lean in your off season, don't go there.
say 300,
300 lean. That's
300
me.
lean.
Dude,
I'm
those
300
guys
lean.
are fucking like 280, 300 lean. Nick Walker's
Really?
like 300 fucking something pounds in his off season.
Oh, these guys are like incredibly. But
And that's
okay, yeah,
open
but that's
bodybuilding
open
in
You're
their
right.
off season. If you're not 300 something lean, bro, don't think
And
about it.
that's also
Yeah.
the Olympia though.
Well, that's pretty much nationals, bro.
Yeah.
The guys
Yeah.
that win nationals go pretty much straight to Olympia after that. So I'm saying for a national show, again, it also depends on which.
Does bro
Show.
like look insane? Like, did you look at him?
He's got a good physique for his profile picture.
Okay, word.
He's competed
then-
a couple times.
Because I would say that's like where you would start is like look at your physique and then look at the people that are winning national shows because that's most
You
of the
have
time
to-
that's
and-
going to give you a good idea of
Well,
like
my
what
best advice
wins.
is have a really fucking honest coach.
Yeah. Yes.
Like Goob has a big thing. I used to put in my post all the time when I was working with Kevin, like road to pro. And I put it in my post one time and tagged Goob, and he's like, you can't say road to pro until you win an overall in a regional show.
Facts.
And I was like, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, he has the
Like-
experience to tell you that
Like,
too. Like
fair. I was like, very fair.
Yeah.
Like, that's very fair. You can't be mad at that shit, dude. But you want a coach that's just very blunt like that.
because that's what it is.
Like every
though.
check-in, he's like the first fucking multiple check-ins I got were like, hamstrings suck, arms suck, need to work on that, like big time. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not to hurt you, bro. It's like
Get
If
better.
anything, is to motivate you.
that shit, and you like your
know.
that shit sucked, bro. And now I do my check-in. He's like, this last check-in was the first check-in. He's like, I can finally tell you, you're looking wide.
Yeah.
He was like,
Good.
Yeah. So like, dude, it's just. He ain't sitting there to fucking stroke your cock and make you feel good, bro.
If you can't
He's there
handle
to make you an athlete.
yeah, if you can't handle it, then you have no business competing
So also have a coach that's realistic. Don't have a coach that wants to take your money and
and
put
say
you
nice
on
things.
stage.
Yeah. Because that's kind of easy to do.
Could care less
Yeah.
if he could care less if really like he wants me to be well. Like I was talking about how I was getting insecure about my fucking face fat and shit, and he was like, you need to get used to being uncomfortable in your off season. He's like, one, you always talk about being a pro and being big time pro. He's like, and two, we're worried about 1 hour, 1 day out of the year. 1 fucking hour.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you the rest of the year. I'm worried about your health.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't care how you look in your face though.
Because that goes down as soon as you cut. Like, and
Like
yeah.
hearing that, this is last check-in because like, and he's like, yeah, we'll do a mini cut soon, but it's not just going to be now because you want to,
yeah, it's
you know, like,
Yeah. that makes a lot of sense.
yeah. He's
And
like, bro,
it's-
we're worried about this much. Are you really going to be, are you going to be worried about your face fat if you lose second place or something?
Yeah.
I guarantee you I'd be back. And if they tell me like you could just have a little bit more size, I guarantee you I'll be pissed as fuck.
Because of the face fat held you back.
Yeah, right. Because I just wanted to do a mini cut too soon because my face fat.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Competing is a real fucking thing, man. You have to make these sacrifices, and no matter how much it sucks, once you get through it, it's to come out on top.
well,
You know?
I was amazed. He looked so fucking good the way he did coaching himself.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That was bad. That was bad. When I
We-
first asked you, I was like, damn.
We were talking about
Badass.
you before we got here. We were like,
Yeah.
if we
I was like, that dude sucks dick.
yeah, no, but we were saying like, Ben,
A bunch of cock.
Ben is so far ahead of so many people and so far ahead. You're like 5 years ahead of where I was when I was your age.
No, I
5
can't
years-
tolerate hanging out with young people, bro. And you're not like, you don't make me feel like I'm hanging out with a 20-year-old. That's a
too.
very good thing.
Maturity,
You know what I mean?
maturity, but also
Appreciate it.
attitude and like just gotta you're fucking light years ahead, bro.
I appreciate it,
Yeah,
boys.
man.
I love y'all for real. The boys. Nah, I don't know. I fucking love the shits, bro.
Yeah.
My bulk right now.
You're also not fucking around too. Like you take it seriously. You joke and stuff like that, but you also like you're fucking serious about what you do.
That's what I'm
Your
like. I don't think
business.
people realize. Like,
Yeah,
I'm chicken and rice. Like I literally fucking eat the same 5 meals every single day.
Yeah, this motherfucker don't eat cheat meals.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even have cheat meals. I go out when if we want. You're like, yo, let's go get sushi.
I ain't trying to be like
You
that.
trying to do that to me tonight? I was like, no, Al, I don't want to.
I ain't trying to be like that, bro. I was literally, how was I until like 3 months ago?
As far as what? Your meals?
My meals.
Oh, you were on point.
I'm not even, and I'm still on point, bro. But
you need the calories, and it's hard to eat the same thing.
I
get it.
Never dirty bulked. Like not, and I'm not even dirty bulking because
you're not.
Just hit meals, and then if I have room to get that extra meal in 3 times a week,
It's gonna help you.
I can have that extra meal, right? So, but dude, I used to be the same way. Like, nope, not gonna have it, not gonna have it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
I remember that.
it was so
when
liberating when I started getting the cheat meals, and I was like, okay, it's okay to be doing this. At first, I'd feel like bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's okay to be doing this. And now, like a couple weeks ago, I was like, dude, it's getting really hard to eat. He's like, you can substitute a meal for. He's like, do a burger hack. He's like, get 80 grams from the bun, and then just make a burger instead of eating the burger and rice. And I did that for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And I have swapped back to the rice and steak this week because the burger makes me feel unhealthy.
Okay.
Does
But
that make like?
yeah, but that's being very
It
intuitive
makes me
with what
feel
you're doing.
very like after I eat.
we
it,
should-
you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel that, dude, because also after like I eat a cheat meal, never do I leave there and I'm like, I feel awesome.
Now,
And it's not even. It's like it's in your head where it's like even like chicken or rice, you know, is going to like help you. But if you eat a fucking piece of chocolate cake, it's like you eat that, and it's like I don't think in any way that has helped me.
Yeah.
Fucking grow.
but I think this
Maybe like a little bit for like extra calorie, but like it's just not comparable to like a meal
Go
like
get like
chicken or rice.
Chipotle, bro.
I think it's
That's
important.
a good idea. Yeah.
It's important to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like you're on stuff, right? Like it helps you in order you can kind of have a little bit more freedom with that, you know?
yeah.
Like being on a cruise or whatever, you're allowed to kind of be a little adventurous, and it won't be as impactful if someone was
But
natty,
I feel
right?
better when I'm like, I will say I feel.
Oh.
Me personally, the way my mental works, I feel better when I'm robotic.
100% though, because that's what works, and that on paper that's what works every single time. But that's why a lot of people can get away with that stuff, and people don't realize that too. Like that's the reality thing about being, natural compared to like
but that's what
someone on stuff, because they have a little bit more freedom to do that. But because there's a goal in mind to get the most amount of growth, and that's the whole thing. Testosterone allows you to do that kind of stuff, right? It's important to get behind
That's very true.
the pharmacology behind that kind of stuff, because people see like, oh, this guy's eating whatever he wants, I can do that too. It's like, no, motherfucker, he can, because his whole fucking, he has help. He has help to metabolize that. He has help to utilize those calories to go right into synthesize into protein, like protein synthesis. He gets all into this shit, and we can get into it. But long story short, unless you have really good genetics, you probably, like me, I can't be fucking eating cheat meals because I'll gain body fat like that. That's just because of who I am, and I understand that from doing this for a long time.
I'm just blessed, bro, with genetics and the fact that I'm pretty tight for how fucking fat I am.
Yo,
If that makes sense.
no, you look good. Like you
mine-
say it all the time, but I'm like, yo, you're filling out. You look presently bigger from when I first
The
met
fact
you.
that I still have obliques and a quarter turn. If you look at some people in their off season, you're like, damn,
Well,
dude, man is. Where does that? Where did he go?
I think it's because you are robotic most of the time. I think you have a good 80-20 kind of attitude with it.
And that's what makes a good bodybuilder. I
Correct.
don't miss meals. If
Right.
I haven't had room to get the cheat meals in yet.
Right.
Lately, and if I do them, it's like a Fairlife and like a cookie or a muffin. Because I'm like, dude, the Costco muffins, I didn't even know this. They're 86 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat, and like 10 grams of protein. That
Oh my
one
God.
muffin. So that in a Fairlife is like money.
People eat like 3 of those too.
I was talking about this. I made a TikTok about it, but like, going back to the gear thing and like being leaner, because like you're able to eat more food and be leaner like when you're on gear and shit. Like I made a TikTok. I think a lot of people look up to like people who are jacked and fucking shredded,
I saw that.
and they eat like shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, they either feel like shit or they're on fucking steroids.
Exactly, because like you cannot maintain. Most people, I would say, cannot maintain under 10% body fat without not feeling like shit.
No, like Simeon
Or just
Panda's
having-
on steroids.
Or training a
Yeah.
lot, right?
Or you're on gear, or
You fucking
People
are an
trying to
athlete.
be like, dude, Simeon Panda's the genetic anomaly. I'm like, no.
no.
Yeah.
No shot.
I think more people, and I think people like I get a lot of this information, a lot of education because I look this stuff up on YouTube. I watch like a perfect person. I think a lot of younger people should watch is like More Plays, More Dates.
Oh, he's
Derek,
fucking awesome.
You
I
need
love
to
him.
watch him because he doesn't call out bullshit. He's very unbiased, but he's very real. He's very like 100% behind the pharmacology behind things, the reality of things, and like actually kind of like says like, yes, but really here's the truth behind it, and like this is probably why. He'll break it down. He can get into like the actual science of it. But a lot of people like they have this like fantasy. There's like this just unrealistic thing about it, and they don't understand like what real is like, you know, or hard work. Like they don't know because they don't believe it. There's such disbelief that and that's why a lot of people discredit people that are on gear and stuff like that, and like all that shit.
I think you even still have that until you seen that reel that's like fuck around and find out. The more you fuck around, the more you find out. I went into getting again my first meal plan. I went into that like this is gonna be. I've been doing this. It's a like, dude, fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
You want to get on gear?
yeah.
You think it's gonna be real fun? And you want to actually look big and not just be the dude that gets on tests and looks like a fucking fool because they're documenting their journey on TikTok and you've only gained fucking 8 pounds and then you lose it after you get off
Yeah, people
because you've been fucking around.
people don't understand how much investment in your own health
around
you
and
need
find
to,
out.
You need to be very healthy. I tell people this all the time. You need to have a standard. All right, we said this before. You need a standard in order to be fucking around with that shit. If you don't have a standard, you should have no business even talking about it.
Well, not even that, dude. If you just, I'm not even talking from a health standpoint.
Right.
If you don't, like, dude, bodybuilding's like a shock once you really start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not get kind of shocked when you start first, like, really eating chicken and rice all the time? It's almost like, damn, I thought I was doing it. And then you start doing it and you're like, oh, fuck.
Well,
This is it.
I think for me, like, I'm a person of like habit. So like me eating my same meals every single day is just, it's just like my fucking.
It's easy.
What's that
like
called?
spanking your meat in the
second
morning.
nature. I
Yeah, it's like
spank
spanking your meat in the
I
morning.
don't do that, bro.
That's a lie.
In the
lie to me.
morning, not in the morning.
At night.
At night, bro. I've been trying to stop that too. I'm not even gonna lie.
No,
like that's a
the
whole nother
porn
thing
shit
with
is
the
really
fucking
bad, but
dopamine, bro.
Sometimes you gotta, just don't do the porn part.
Exactly. I need to stop. It's really
No,
bad.
it's really bad, bro.
It's really not good, bro.
I didn't do it for like the past month, and then I fucking fucked around and found out.
It Shoot, like is
And I woke up the next morning and I was literally like you said that one time, I didn't want to get up and do
You
shit.
feel like shit.
Dude, I didn't
Like,
wanna
it
do
doesn't
shit.
Make you even like you get it. It feels good for 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
and then
but I did it
you
and
feel like
passed out and
ass.
went to bed and then woke up and was like,
That is
It's like
something,
regret.
though.
It's
It does
post-
help you fucking fall asleep. I think
fuck yeah, it does.
that's what I'm saying.
Makes you go to sleep like a baby boy.
post nut syndrome.
Post nut clarity.
Bro,
Post nut
It's
clarity.
real.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit is real.
Yeah, no shit,
Holy shit.
Because, dude, how many times have you fucking laid there and been like, this was such a great idea?
Never.
Ever.
Never. Yeah,
answer was
literally.
unanimous.
Never
Never.
once.
Like you do
Every time you do it, you're like, damn, that's kind of weird.
You know what?
You know, I'll do it, and I'm like, bro, I am a fucking loser. Like
No, damn.
every
You're
single
like, bro, I'm
time.
sitting here, bro.
Fuck this,
honestly, I like
bro.
the English word for it, bro. They call it fucking wanking. So like when they're wankers, you're a wanker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking sit there. I'm like, damn, I'm a fucking wanker. Like, damn, fuck, bro. You know, fucking
Literally.
wanker. You fucking wanker.
That's why ladies got to slide in the DMs and
Nah,
help
bro, that
out.
shit's. I mean, I guess you got to realize
just
it's normal. Okay, this to make you feel a little bit better about it. I be catching Buster and Louie trying to fucking like hump the corner of the couch so they can get one off because I
Buster
cut
and
their
Louie are
balls
dogs,
off.
by the way.
So everybody does it, right?
Yeah.
But
I think it's also like because on
Porn ain't normal. You ain't supposed to be watching two people.
It's not good. It's not good.
I mean, it's just more available. It's always been a thing. Like, you can go back in time in history, and it's like people watch that. It was like a stage thing. But now it's the internet,
You can
and
go
you
to Bangkok
fucking go
and do
like that. Yeah, but that's how it was. Like, it was a staged event back in. I'm talking about like fucking like the 14th century.
Yeah.
And it was something that people went and watched, and it was like a cool thing, and that was it. And it only happened like
Romans were
once.
grody.
Right, and then look at their demise. You want to get into that fucking conspiracy?
No.
Look at that shit. That's pretty cool. Look it up, Romans and why they fucking fell. But we'll move on to the next question because let's get into this.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Your turn for a question.
My turn. Let's see what we got. How to start a merch line. I can talk about this.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there has to be, like, it starts with making a product that people will actually buy. So, like, for me, like, I had no idea that people would actually buy, like, chicken and rice hoodies, like hoodies that just said chicken and rice. So what I did was I just bought one for myself. What's that, like a fucking $30 investment? Like, I can spend $30 to wear a fucking hoodie on my page. You know what I'm saying? There's no risk there. I think a lot of people just want to, like, spend thousands of dollars off the bat and then market it after they've bought all the inventory and shit. And it's like, you're not going to sell anything if you don't already see that there's potential in it. So for me, like, I bought the hoodie, I wore it on TikTok, thousands, hundreds of comments of just like, yo, where'd you get that hoodie? Where'd you get that hoodie? And then I put it on this website. I didn't even have any inventory. So, like, I think
Did you do Shopify?
there's a bunch of websites. I did Teespring, which is like a drop shipping type of thing. If someone placed an order, I think I talked about this with Mason on one of the pods, but if, no, you're not touching me.
What?
Motherfucker. Don't touch my
Chill,
hand.
bro. Chill.
I don't know you chill like
Don't
that.
talk about that, bro.
All right, bro. But basically what Teespring does is they give you a website where you can just, like, customize everything on the website. You can customize your own prices, and then you make a design. They print the design on the hoodie. It's not like a super quality, like, print, though, which kind of was ass. Like, the chicken and rice was kind of like, after you wash it a couple times, would, like, peel off and shit. The hoodies were decent. They weren't, like, super quality. But if someone placed an order on my site, I would just put the site in my bio. Someone would place an order. It would go to Teespring. I see, like, all the analytics and shit and, like, the sales and the profit
They
and all
make
that.
it and ship it out.
They make it. They do everything. They make it, ship it out, all that. The only thing with that is your margins are a bit smaller. So I was making $12 a hoodie,
Still pretty good.
and I was
that's what
marketing it all
Shopify
on
does.
TikTok.
That's
Yeah.
what Shopify does.
Yeah.
You do the same shit.
Well, with Shopify, I have Shopify. That's what I use to do mine. I don't think Shopify does. They might do some printing. They might, but I don't know. Like, now I have all my shit. So I have it set up so, like, I have to do all the shipping and everything. So my margins are a lot bigger, but it's a lot more work. But, like, I would have never bought the inventory itself until I knew that there was, like, potential in the brand. So I'd recommend using, like, a website like Teespring, just to, even if you wanted to do that shit for, like, your quality pumps thing.
Well, again, I've been asking you. My big problem is how do I start doing drop shipping or do I start with inventory since I have?
So you have money, though. So, like, for me, like, I didn't have any fucking money. I wasn't making
that's
any
what I'm
money
saying.
on social media.
I could get lower priced product and more inventory because of.
That's more risky though, because you're dropping money off stuff that
Yeah.
you might not sell. May or
What
may
I
not
would,
sell, right?
What I would do is just cop a couple samples. Like, find a manufacturer. I can even give you my manufacturer, and then
That'd be lit.
we'll order some samples. Maybe just not one. I would say usually I would
Order
just
a
do, like,
couple.
one for me. Like, order a couple so that not only, like, you, but, like,
Well,
couple all
give
the
'em out
people
to a
around
couple
us.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can all wear them and shit if they're good. If they're not good, then we
Get
go
another
back
sample.
To, get
Yeah.
another sample. Yeah. Get a sample. We'll all rock them and shit. Rock them on videos and all that. And then if there's, like, a good response from it, you could even do a pre-order. I think this is what I
That's
should
a
have
really
did
good
too.
fucking idea.
Because then you have, like, the product itself, and you can take product pictures.
And people want it. They're like,
Yeah.
yo, let me
Yeah,
get
yeah.
the shirt. Let me get the shirt. Let me get the shirt. Oh, the shirt is
Here's the-
dropping. Pre-order it.
You pre-order it, and then you know how many to buy.
So here's the
what I'm
biggest
saying?
thing that, you guys. Here's the biggest thing with this. Before all that, though, you need, which you guys have. You need a culture and you need a community. If you don't have that, you ain't selling shit. No one
Exactly.
gives a fuck. Like, that first hoodie when you first came out with it, probably the shittiest hoodie with the shittiest quality on it, but people liked it because of you.
Exactly.
Right?
No,
And that's why.
I'll be honest, like, too, and it's also because he started like
something new as
Yeah.
well.
people
Created a
honestly
ripple.
I feel like it caught traction
Yeah.
because people also hated like on how well you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Oh.
makes like
Yeah.
the envy, but low key people that envied it were buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
A good,
which is interesting how that works. You know what I mean? Because like
I've sold, like, before I even had my own inventory, I've sold probably more total items on Teespring than I have sold. Like, when it first caught traction was when I sold the most, was what I'm saying.
yeah,
So I sold, I think, almost 2,000 fucking hoodies.
it's sick.
But it wasn't only hoodies though. It was like there was t-shirts then too, because like I could even, they had a bunch of options for different shit. I could have did like coffee cups if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had a bunch of shit, which was pretty cool. But I think I did tank
we
tops
got 30 seconds.
and t-shirts. But yeah, I sold close to like 2,000 fucking items, which was like wild. And I used all that money to buy that camera, like all my camera stuff, and then my inventory for
That's
the first
how it all
drop.
starts, bro.
That's
Just
what I'm
fucking.
saying. I think I answered that pretty good.
Yeah,
No, that
no,
was
you answered that very well.
Because if there's no potential, and I started off by saying, like, there's got to be a reason to buy it. You got to make a product that people are going to actually buy. You got to think about, like, who your target audience is, especially. Like, for me, obviously, it was people that go to the gym and eat, like, chicken and rice. Even if they don't eat chicken and rice, they go to the gym, they know what chicken and rice means because
Of you.
of like the gym community and shit. It's like a stereotype. Bodybuilders eat chicken and rice. I knew that. Put it on the hoodie. Got good feedback. Sold them. Made a lot of money. Now it's a brand.
Just reinvest in yourself, and that's it.
That's what it is.
There you go.
You got a good one?
You got
Fuck.
a
Question?
Fucking-
We could do mental health.
what specifically though? Because there's so
Yeah.
many fucking
Bro,
avenues
check
you
me
go
for
down.
the first time in my life without my phone.
I mean, for me, like, I just need to really. We talk about this shit all the time, but I just put so much pressure on myself to do things. If I'm not doing something productive, I feel as if I'm not like doing, like, anything productive. Like I said, I feel like I'm like a failure almost.
That
if
was-
I'm not like doing anything.
Yeah.
Like we went to fucking Top Golf, and then we left. We went and watched a movie with these like two girls. We just sat there and watched the movie. But like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, bro, I could be sleeping right now.
Yeah.
I could be sleeping, making fucking gains in my sleep, but I'm here at like 11 p.m., which isn't even like that late. But for
When-
me, it's late. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so like,
But it's like, I think sometimes I just need to take a step back and realize like I'm fucking 20 years old, and like sometimes I can like
You could do things.
enjoy myself
Yeah.
and not put so much
here-
pressure.
here's actual like real talk. Are you a social creature?
I think when I'm around people that I really like I'm a completely different person. I think I'm much happier. Whereas if I'm by myself here, it's like, that's why like when people ask me to go out and shit, like I just, even if I'm my heart or like my brain is telling me no, I'm just like, I need to go out just because I need to like be more social in general, because I'm not that social. Like I just get my school shit, go to the gym, and edit content all day. So I'm here or at school most of the time.
Yeah. So like, I will say my buddy, a good friend of mine that's known me my whole life, like saw me out the first time I went out a couple weeks ago for the first time in a long time, man.
Yeah.
Especially like being in a relationship, getting sober and shit, and like. So he's known me my whole life, so he's like, Alistair, I'm not saying like you have to come out, right? He's like, and like party. He's like, but like, bro, like I can tell by the look on your face right now, like you needed this. Like you just needed to be out and around like
Yeah.
people, like with your friends. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the reason I asked that is because introverts don't really need that too much.
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert. Like I get energy from being around like people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it gives me fucking, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, being around people I really love, you know what I mean? Like in a social setting, like having fun. And I do get a good time from that. But like if that doesn't bring you happiness, don't get yourself down on that. Like always listen to your gut, right? So I have a problem of like overthinking my gut. Like my gut will be like, you should go out and enjoy yourself. And then I'll get into, will you have a meal? Will you have to sleep? Will you have to train? Will you have to get up and make this content? Will you need to get up and also text your clients tomorrow? Well, this needs to happen, or this, that, and the third. You should walk the dogs. Da 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 da. Like I literally like talk myself out of it. You know what I mean? So, again, talk like you're 20. Enjoy yourself, bro. like, but realize that that's what you have to do is enjoy yourself. So if it's not bringing you happiness, like, don't just hang out with girls and go see a movie because that's what, like, obviously it's great if you hang out with a chick, right? But don't, like, just go do that because that's what you think that you should be doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, do it because it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you will notice, like, you won't have that daunting feeling of, like, again, that's, dude, when I would, like, there'd be some moments where I'd be partying and doing dumb shit in high school, and I'd be consciously like, I know I could be better than this right now. So when you're doing something that's not true to your heart, that's when you get those types of thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So it's not bad that you have those thoughts when you're doing that, but, like, really assess, are you like actually enjoy, are you with people, like, are you doing something that you actually think is a waste of time? Are you overthinking it? Or are you doing something you love? You know what I mean? Like, and just smack dab, like, answer that question in the face. And then once you get that first answer, don't overthink it. Like, that's the answer. You know what I mean?
Make the decision and then stick with your decision, because the first decision, it's like answering a thing on the test. Pick it, like, do your first answer kind of thing. Like,
but, like, what he's doing at a young age is, like, I'm just doing it now. It's living alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
you know what?
alone, bro. So I will say, it's a weird experience. It is, like, going from having people that you can honestly kind of bounce ideas off of, right? Even when you have your parents in the house, like, yo, should I get food? Or, like, should I do this? Or, like, what should I, you know? But, like, you have kind of outside, but when you're alone, bro, you have to learn to literally listen to just you and be okay with every decision that happens, like, and, like, love that decision. So it's a process of learning that.
Think about how necessary that is to grow up. A lot of people go out because they don't like the feeling of being alone, so they compensate by just going out and doing shit they probably don't want to be doing, and then that fucks them up to the point where they don't know themselves anymore.
Like, going out that's what I did in high school.
Yeah,
like, going out's cool, but going out and is a crutch is not cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why, like, going through this breakup, man, and I'll get emotional, like, going up through this breakup with Riley, after dating somebody for 3 fucking years, all some of my friends were telling me at the beginning was like, dude, just go out. Like, just go out. Just go out. Just go out. Just go out. And it's like, dude, like, hold up. Like, I don't want to go out just because I don't want to sit by myself and face the fact that I am not with Riley anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not cool, because then once I'm not out or not working or not at the gym, that's fucked, right? So, bro, like, it's a process too. Like, don't be hard on yourself, because it's a process of getting to the point where you actually do, like, trust your decisions. And you're like, this is what I like to do.
Yep.
Like, I am just getting to the point where I've realized after going out, I do like to go out every now and then, and I will, but I don't feel the need, like, I don't need to fucking go out and get hammered. Like, just because I go out doesn't mean I have to drink. Just because I go out doesn't mean I don't have to drink. If I want to have a drink, that's okay. I'm not a fucking terrible person, right?
No.
If I go out and don't want to drink, I'm also not a terrible person. Whatever I want to do that's good for me,
That's all that matters.
there you go. So, like, again, if you just, like, listen to your gut, but it's a process, bro.
Yeah, these moments are, like, really important. And, like, I was telling Alistair this earlier too. I'm like almost 10 years older than Ben. I'm like, I got 9 years on you. But, like, trust me, man, like I say, you're light years ahead of, like, not light years, but, like, you're way ahead of where I was when I was your age, and you're on the right path. Just kind of, like, you can get through it by, like, just listening to yourself and being okay with certain things, and don't feel pressured into, like, the bullshit that you don't like to, right? Because a lot of times you'll be pressured into things that you don't want to do, but it's peer pressure. That's what it is, right? It's, you know.
Have you noticed the more you isolate yourself, the worse your mental health gets?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying in the first place, because it's like,
I did the same way with work. Since we stopped the summer and everybody's gotten into their routines more, that first, like, couple months where you were on your shit religiously and we're all like robots getting back into the year, basically, and we all basically isolated ourselves. My mental health was streaming like low, but I've noticed you've been kind of staying up later, interacting with people on live. Like, I'm always fucking with you, like, go to bed. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, you've been like doing shit you want to do, right? Like, you like that. I seen you on TikTok live last night with Don't Mommy, spent your game.
I love her, yo.
Yeah, she's hot, bro.
I love her.
Yeah, she's
Shout
hot.
out Del Mommy.
I seen you talk.
She's not watching.
I've seen her. Well, you're talking. Get her on the podcast. Get her on the podcast, bro.
I need to, bro.
That'd be dope.
We gotta bring this shit to
bro.
Houston.
Invite me too. Fuck her. Fucking. I seen you talking. We could take her to church too, because she was talking about that. You're like, I'm trying to get back on my God shit. I'll take you to church,
Nah,
bro.
I'm so serious about that.
Let's
though.
go to church, bro.
I'm so down. I need to.
Dead ass. Do you
That's
not
like-
see me posting my shit all the time on my story? I watch the church podcast every Sunday.
I know, but I'm trying to go.
I can't go by myself. I'm gonna be real. I cry when I worship, bro, because the shit I went through in my past and my like past friends and shit. So I have to go with somebody because I don't like going to random churches and being the only fucker there.
Like who that? Who's
That's what
crying.
I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go by myself. So like,
Yeah, neither
now we
did I.
can go.
Yeah, no, dead ass. Like,
All
let's
right.
go. New Spring's a good one. It's non-denominational, so it's not like Baptist or Catholic. It's just there to worship God. Like, you're
Okay.
just there to worship,
Yeah.
not
I
like
need to do
argue
that.
over what's fucking right or wrong. You know, right?
Hell yeah.
Doubt
Need that.
mommy, come down. Let's go to
This
church.
guy. That's funny.
This guy said this guy.
That might be something you guys should do. It might be
No,
good to
like
kinda,
dead. I
'cause it's
really
like-
want to start. I've been regularly watching the Steve Furtick podcast every Sunday, but like, I know you're not religious, bro, but like,
Yeah.
dude, and a lot of Christians will say it this way: when I worship, or like I feel God like in the room.
It's a release. You're getting something.
Like
and
like in my fucking
under-
soul, bro.
and I
like,
can understand that because you're expressed. There's a lot of emotion, dude. It's just like.
Oh,
if
I'm
you
the,
were like
I'm the motherfucker in my
talking,
living room, bro.
right?
Like when I'm there, don't get embarrassed because you got the people that put their hands up when they sing. I'll put my hands up when I get into it, bro. Because like
yeah.
you worship, bro.
No one's there to
Like,
judge. No one's there to judge. No one's there. It's a good like, and I think that's healthy too because you can express how you feel. I mean, obviously within limits, but like express how you feel and let it out, kind of, right? Like you're there to kind of get something out of it, right? You're kind of there to kind of release or not get something out of it. You're there to release whatever you're feeling and kind of let it go. And if that's how you want
It's
to
a
deal with
little-
it, that's a great way to deal
It's
with
a
it. I
little
think.
deeper for me, bro. I like
Yeah.
feel God in that bitch, bro.
Right.
I feel like I can feel like Judd, Ben, Jack,
yeah.
like my boys that
Exactly.
passed. I feel like they're with me, bro. Like
That's important.
it's very like it's a big thing, bro.
Yeah.
And we should do it because it's fucking regardless of the emotional like religious factor. If you're not a Christian, finding some type of faith. Now, obviously, as a Christian, I'd prefer you like be a Christian. So if you're open to that, DM me, talk to me about it. DM him if you're interested in it. Something good. But finding faith is super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Just having a good, positive thing to believe in and something to like. Dude, the reason why I think it's good is because like. Even being by myself, go like, bro, when I go through something hard, like I pray a lot, bro. Like I talk to God a lot. The first church podcast I watched like 4 or 5 months ago when I got back into it was like, God's got your back. So like, as you're going through life, you like want to hear God tell you things before you like make moves. But the whole point of faith is like being able to make these moves and you hear God like, this is the way, walk. Like, this is the way, walk. So it's like, talk to God, bro. Like, when you're struggling and you're like, I should be sleeping, it sounds corny, but be like, pray to God. Be like, God, like, give me clarity in this situation. Like,
That's one thing I catch myself doing is just like,
when you're overthinking, ask God, bro.
it's not, I guess it's kind of overthinking, but it's like I'll take a step back and I'll think of like what am I really like doing right now, especially in school right now, bro. Like that's my mental has been on the downhill since I started school because it's a constant battle in my head of like I'm in these fucking classes and I'm just like falling asleep every single time, and I'm
used to do
fucking
the same shit,
I edit content and I'm there. I'm doing it. I fucking love it. I love doing it. I love going on live talking to the people that like fuck with me, making videos and shit. And then I go to school and it's just that's why, like I said, my mental's been fucked since I started school. Because it's a constant battle of just like, do I need to be in school right now?
If you don't have to pay attention in class to make good grades. I was always that person. I'd fall asleep in class because the lectures would bore me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go and study on my own. That's how I got through college. That's how I got through AP classes in high school, bro. And I was,
I don't even
and I was on
need
fucking
these lectures half the
yeah,
time.
and I was on drugs. Go into your class, put your fucking AirPods in, put an AirPod in, edit content.
Try to do what you're good at.
Edit, kill, like Christian Guzman
yeah.
used to fucking sell his fitness programs in class. Edit your fucking content in class, bro.
Yeah.
So you're not falling asleep, so you're not coming home feeling like you wasted your entire fucking day.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I
then
feel
come
every
home
time.
and then come home and study after you've already edited all your content at school and you've got your workout done. And then come home and study.
Mm-hmm. It depends on how studious and how you are as a learner, right?
You know what I'm saying?
If you know, you can just hear the lecture, be like, okay, cool, I already know this shit, great. Or if it's something that you don't know and you need to listen, so then you listen, you prioritize it. But it depends on like it's what you want to prioritize. In that moment, if like I'm not into this right now, I can read this in the book. Cool, let me just fucking edit really quick. And that's a conscious decision you made. It's a choice that you made. Don't fucking question if it's the right or wrong choice. Just fucking make it and move forward with it. Because that's the biggest thing. Because the worst thing you could do is stand still and then fucking like you ever see those videos of people like almost getting hit by a car and you see that they just freeze up. Their survival instincts are fucking shot. So just fucking keep moving forward, and then you at least made a move somewhere. You went in some direction instead of standing still and then just waiting to get hit.
You're always pushing about your art history class. Dude, I had music theory, and I was in band, so it was a little bit easier for me. Like, I had art appreciation too, but I had music theory, and the motherfucker would try to give me shit because I would do other homework in his class. And he'd ask me, like, what I was doing, and then ask me a question about what he was asking, and I just give him like, dude, if you don't need to actually be immersed in it, don't waste your time. Do other shit while you're there.
No.
Nobody says you can't, especially if it's a big lecture.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
I feel. It's just with like the art class, especially. It's the one where her fucking whatever she says in lectures
Is
she
what the
doesn't-
test is.
No, she doesn't even put it on the fucking like slides on like the Moodle fucking shit. So it's like you have to like
You
literally
have to
take
listen
notes.
to
Yes, and
bro.
which
That
is
shit's
so
annoying
stupid.
as fuck.
For an art history class, bro.
But is
Like-
it easy?
My psychology,
No,
my
you have to
psychology
fucking-
professor was like that, bro. Every psychology professor would give you Quizlet quizzes, and this motherfucker, bro, he would post the notes, but the quiz questions. It's not even like you could go through and have, because it's online class. It's not like you could go have the fucking quiz notes open and like take the online fucking test, right? Like, nah, bro. This motherfucker, like, if you didn't watch his entire fucking or listen to his entire audio lectures, like,
You're not gonna get the answer.
yeah, you're fucked, buddy.
Well,
you know, like,
you gotta pick and choose your battles, and what you know you can like that exercise science class. That's something you can barely pay attention about, right?
No,
that's
I like.
something.
But I like. That's something I like.
but he likes that class.
I like.
Yeah,
that
that's
class.
true.
Yeah.
But it's also something that's like you kind of know you're ahead of the game a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. You kind of have to, but just make a decision. I think that's the important thing. Is like you're making the decision and you're okay with.
Are you
going to
use your degree?
Yeah.
And there you go.
So then, fuck it. Yeah,
It's gonna
exactly.
help. I'm probably not gonna use it, but I'm just gonna help
again,
me.
it sounds corny, bro. Pray for clarity.
Yeah,
Just pray to
I would
God,
do.
bro.
I would suggest what Alex was suggesting, even though
Pray.
I'm not.
We're going to church.
Go.
Yeah, dude, let's do it
Do it.
When is it? Like Sundays?
every Sunday. Yeah.
All right, let's go every Sunday, and we do a pod every Sunday.
We could. That's
After
like a good
church,
routine,
maybe.
bro.
Post church
Like
pod,
I-
post church lift, and then pod.
I like dude, like one of the best times of my life was when I was actually really religious. I went to church camp for like 2-3 years in a row. It's really fun.
The last time I was like religious
Then
was
my
when I
parents-
was
Then my parents lost their gym, and the real estate crashed, and I got on drugs.
shit.
All right.
Shit got dark.
So,
I'm fucking with you.
That was a funny way. Just go.
No, you dude. I've learned to laugh. Like, you have to learn to like.
Somewhat.
Well, dude, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually, you get to a point where like. And again, I look at it as like, for anybody that's ever done some stupid shit out there, and you feel really hard on yourself, bro, because I struggle with it. Like, whatever bad decisions you make, even if it's like mediocrely bad decisions, don't simmer on it too much. Right?
Mhm. I agree.
Like
It
that's
happened.
not who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And, like, even the best of people make fucking awful decisions, even with the best intentions.
Yep.
So, like, it's about what your next, like, thought is after that bad decision,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
And being conscious and then moving forward from that. So, like, if I think of myself as a fucking, like, degenerate because of the things I've done, then I'm going to continue to be a degenerate because that's what I believe.
It's like the positive affirmation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you think like, and it goes even for small things like your negative thought process. If you're like, well, this is fucking stupid, I could be asleep or something like that. It's like you're going down just this negative train of thought. Be like, okay, I could be sleeping right now, but I'm with a girl or I'm hanging out. Like, again, try to like
And then like even broader than that too, with like your entire like
take
goal
your
with
emotion out
what
of
you
it,
do.
you know, and
Right.
then look at it from like as if you were looking at your friend doing what you're doing, right?
Mm.
And you're like, is this something you really need to be kicking yourself for, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can imagine kicking myself for doing drugs and being an idiot if I was still doing all those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I kick myself for what I used to do if I have learned and helped people
Yeah.
with my story? Can't really continue to kick myself every day, can I?
No.
Right? Because I'm not the same person. So I know it's hard. It's easier said than done to get out of your head like that, but it's how you have to realize is like, if you're not consciously making those same bad decisions, then that decision isn't you. You
Mhm.
are that person.
Yeah.
I think that was a good little
That was
mental
good.
health segment.
Yeah, that was good.
I think we can end her there.
Cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Good ender.
That hoodie goes fire. Code fucking chicken, Young Law.
Code Chicken on Young Law. These drop.
Code Optimal coming soon. I'm going to keep
November.
saying it until it happens.
Code Optimal.
Coming soon.
November 1st on the Young Law. They got the signature.
I don't know if you can say this. Well, Giordani smokes, so it doesn't matter. Don't burn in the fuzzy shirts because they hold scent. Just little tip for everybody.
You were stinky in the
Don't
car.
burn in the fuzzy shirts unless you're like if you're going to your parents' house, right, for Thanksgiving dinner, smoke a little J before you're like, I'm gonna wear my fuzzy tee, look swag. Everybody's gonna love this. Everybody's not gonna love how you smell like gas. So don't do that shit.
That is a good tip because you did stank in the car. I was like, holy.
That's what I'm
fuck.
saying. Because it's like a blanket for real.
Yeah.
It hold, and you know how blankets hold like smell.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cozy teas are already out, boys. Code Chicken. Code Chicken on Ecovision. Gila Mix. Code Optimal.
Performance
Code
subs
Mazda. You know the fucking vibes. Chicken Rice Potter.
for Mazda
We're
parts.
out.